because of COVID, it was necessary for us to harness the power of Zoom in order to teach virtually, in order to meet with parents virtually. And now that we're past that moment in time, I know one group of teachers that is very, very happy about the existence of Zoom so that they can meet virtually with parents, even still, and that is special education teachers. Now, I remember, think of this, special education teachers, they have to schedule numerous meetings throughout the school year with the parents of the students on their caseload. And it's not easy getting everyone on the same page, agreeing to meet at a location at the same time. And I've seen the shift now that we're past COVID. Special education teachers are still using Zoom so that they can meet virtually, and it's more efficient. The meetings flow a little bit smoother if there are no issues, and it's just a wonderful tool for special education teachers to have, and I'm glad that they now have that at their disposal. But you got to use the tool the right way, and you still have to understand it. I remember when Zoom, when first started using Zoom, and people were making they were making some mistakes, and there were some viral moments that people created because they didn't quite understand how to use the platform. Now we have some teachers who thought that they were having a private conversation about a student, and don't get me wrong, we do have these moments where we let our guard down, and we may confide in a colleague about how we're feeling about a student. Hopefully that doesn't change our approach with the student. Remember, we're entrusted with the responsibility of educating these students, of doing the very best job that we can. Now, but definitely we're human, and sometimes we have those moments where we need to vent, we need to get things off our chest. But let's look at this. Ohio teacher caught bad mouthing 6-year-old student on Zoom call. School launches an investigation. That's what we do as administrators. We launch those investigations. An Ohio parent whose child was coming home from school covered in bruises from other students caught her son's teacher bad mouthing him on a Zoom call after she shared her concerns, according to a local report. The mother had requested to meet with her 6-year-old son's teacher at Reynolds Elementary School in Toledo because she said he came home saying he wanted to kill himself after other students allegedly beat him up during class. Now, definitely, they're launching an investigation on this Zoom call, but it seems to me that there should have been an investigation on what's going on with this student. This is very serious. Mother said he was coming home with multiple bruises, bloody noses. He was coming home saying he wanted to kill himself, just a numerous amount of things going on. But instead of reassurance, the concerned parent got a damning earful from the teacher and special education administrator, who stayed on the scheduled Zoom call after the mom left the meeting, according to the outlet. The parent, who was granted anonymity, was sent a recording and a transcript of the full call, including the 6 minutes the teacher and administrator remained on the call after she logged off by the school district. So there is a feature on Zoom that will send everyone. You can send them. They can get a recording, and they can get a full transcript of everything that was said during the meeting, even if that person left the call during a portion of the meeting, as was the case here. So that's something you need to be mindful of. That so someone set that setting, and the teacher, who was a little bit too blunt, very blunt with their language, that I guess they weren't aware that they were in a Zoom meeting that had that function on. And what the pair apparently believed was a private conversation, the teacher allegedly called the 6-year-old annoying and admitted that half of her young students say they hate their life and invoke suicide. Oh, look at this. He is annoying AF. It's not like I don't excuse this, but I tried to tell mom this is a behavior classroom. All these kids are in here for a reason, the teacher allegedly said. The teacher also claimed that the child's statements about killing himself were something he picked up from other students in the special education classroom. Now, even still, that should be taken seriously. And, mind you as well, the special education administrator is on this call. And so we don't have the full transcript. Um, but even still, this getting out to a parent, that's definitely cause for alarm, because obviously if the teacher was speaking with the parent, they wouldn't obviously that they wouldn't they wouldn't put this so bluntly, and let the parent know, hey, your kid is annoying AF. They wouldn't do that. Um, and he's getting hurt. And the thing about wanting to kill himself, that's a learned behavior. That's what the teacher says. Um, my class all day long, he screams, I hate my life. I hate my life. I'll kill myself. And he did learn that in here. Half my class says that all day long, the teacher said. Um, and then going on, here's the part that definitely this is concerning. Uh, student student A beat him up? Question mark. Oh yeah, student A is mean. Everyone always sees student A and like, why is he in this class? And I'm like, she makes a face. They're like, why is student A in the class? Because like he's an attempted murderer, the teacher allegedly said while laughing. He will chase you down with a pencil. So that is, you don't want that. You don't want that to get out to the parent. Transcript of a teacher talking that bluntly about other students in the classroom, and this parent has a child who is coming home with bruises, and they're feeling like, hey, I'm not getting any help from the school administrators, the teacher. And then to after you have this meeting, you get this transcript. I mean, yeah, I mean those concerns are definitely validated. So I would say, ladies and gentlemen, this is a cautionary tale about the use of Zoom, an off to have a private conversation, to have a conversation between school officials. You need to be very, very careful, because as we learned here, Zoom, if you didn't know, Zoom does have that feature to send the transcript or even send a recording of the call to the parent. So you need to be mindful of that, if that's if that's the type of conversation that you want to have. Now, definitely the administrator and me, that I wants a I'm happy that they're doing an investigation. Happy that this was kind of brought to light, because this is to have this kind of conversation, about this student and the things that are going on in this classroom, just in a flippant manner with the administrator present. That's definitely concerning. And what's going on in that class, need to take a hard look at what's happening in that classroom. Well, that is the story for the day. I thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.